So today on Ask the Coach, we got this question. What is the biggest problem kids coming into the gym have, and what do you do to fix it? So I'm sure you wanted me to say something like, kids don't squat well, and then talk about how we teach kids to squat. We'll do that another time, but I would like to go a little deeper. The biggest challenge kids facing when they come into our gym is the absence of what most of us consider common human movement. Back when we started working with kids, most of them coming into the gym could hinge at the hip, bear crawl, skip, broad jump, things we think of as common foundational movements for any kid. Instead of hinging at the hip, kids would bend at the SI joint. Many kids couldn't skip. Often they couldn't perform a simple movement like bear crawl. Many kids were unable to broad jump. Instead of jumping and landing with 2 feet, they would hop and take off and land with 1 foot at a time. We saw enough of this that Mickey began labeling this loss of human movement as movement gaps. We had to acknowledge that there was a growing problem. Kids should have access to all movement humans are capable of expressing. They should be able to draw on this library of human movement without even thinking about it. It should be automatic. But kids coming into our gyms in many cases seem to have lost their library card. We saw this loss as a critical piece in movement dysfunction and sports injury. And not just that, but kids were no longer confident or motivated to try new physical challenges. This was robbing them of the motivation to pursue a lifetime of movement and ultimately fitness. So rather than walk you through how we address teaching a child to hinge, we can do that again at another time. I want to talk for a second about Brandix's guiding principle, do what is best for kids. If we're doing what is best for kids, we have to keep looking at how our culture is changing and how it's affecting kids. And we need to adapt and provide solutions for the changes we see. In this case, we needed to expand what we defined as fitness for kids from simple work capacity to somehow include the kids' ability to interact with their environment. Our program needed to adapt to address movement gaps. We needed to expand children's physical abilities and help them become competent, confident, and motivated to engage in a lifetime of physical activity. Face it, parents don't bring their kids to our gyms so that they're good at gymming. They bring them to our gyms so they will be better at activities outside of our gyms. And we want to provide a program that leads kids to a life of freedom and fearlessness.